What's going on, everybody? Big Deal here. Now, before we even get into this, I want to make something clear. This video isn't meant to be clickbait or controversial. I'm just genuinely trying to figure out if the recent nerfs to early game bosses were actually necessary or if they went too far. Did the devs balance the game properly? Or did they just make things easier for players who didn't want to take the time to properly prepare for boss fights? Now, for some context, I've been playing since launch, but my playtime is limited because, real life. I have obligations. And because of that, I'm progressing a bit slower than most, which is fine. Now, because of this, I try to avoid watching any spoiler content. I want that first time experience, that sense of discovery. So if you've seen my streams, you know I'm going in completely blind. I like figuring out the puzzles. I like figuring out the bosses. I like finding things without someone telling me where it is. That's the whole point of this game. But even while avoiding spoilers, one thing kept popping up everywhere, and that's how hard the bosses were. If I'm scrolling Facebook, I would see posts about it. Any forums, I would see posts about how hard the bosses were. Critics were saying the bosses were hard, downvoting the game. And the Reed Devil name kept popping up in a lot of these, saying how hard it was, and people in the comments were just going on and on about how bad this early game boss was. So honestly, this really got me excited. I was looking forward to finally hitting a real challenge, because up to this point, everything had felt pretty manageable. Now, I do want to say, I am by far not a great video game player. I'm no pro player. I do play Souls games, and it takes me a while to beat bosses sometimes. I don't go in and wreck anything. So I definitely was looking for something not as hard as Souls, but something that would give me a challenge. And so far, nothing had done that in this game. So I was very excited to get to this boss. But then the patch dropped Sunday night. Early game bosses got their health and damage reduced. And unfortunately, I hadn't reached the Reed Devil yet. So I completely missed the pre-nerf version everyone was talking about. So fast forward one day later, I finally get there. I'm making my way up the path to the boss arena. A lot of people said it was hard to get there, but I kind of just cruised right through it very easily. Once I get to his actual boss arena, I go into the fight cautious like I always do. Usually, my approach is to kind of spend the first few attempts just learning a boss, studying his moves, figuring out patterns, seeing what type of mechanics he has. And in this game, because you can actually learn the boss's ability, I just kind of kept my shield up and was hoping to learn something, which I did. But what I also learned is with my shield up, I pretty much blocked all of his damage. All of the preparation that I usually do for a fight, I didn't need to do here. I went in, I learned his ability very quickly, and I beat him on the first attempt. My shield basically negated all his damage. All I had to do was keep it up, wait for an opening, and attack. That was it. And you could see in the gameplay in the background, this is my first try. I was never in any real danger, no panic situation. It was just kind of dance around, block, hit. Nothing crazy. Now, when he spawned his little minions, all I did was run around and hit the scarecrows and they just kind of despawned. I think maybe I killed one or two. Nothing crazy. But I kind of learned that on the way up to the fight. If you knock down the scarecrows, they stop spawning. So, that was pretty self-explanatory. Nothing crazy. So now I'm sitting here thinking, was I over-prepared? Did the nerf hit too hard? Or was the boss never really that difficult to begin with? For reference, I'm not running anything crazy. I've got the Twitch drop gear, plus some random boots and gloves I found in chests. I've only put about 22 artifacts into skills and stats, not exactly min-maxed here. So I want to ask you guys, for those of you who fought the Reed Devil before the patch, was he actually that hard? Did he deserve a nerf? Or do you think this change was just a big mistake? Now, I'm really enjoying the game so far. Even if the bosses don't get harder, I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to have fun because the puzzles are fun. The game overall is fun. The exploration is fun. I'm just having fun. But I would like there to be some challenge in there somewhere. So if things stay this easy, what I might do is just start limiting myself. No artifact upgrades, no gear improvements, unless absolutely necessary, just to keep the game interesting from a combat perspective. So what I'm asking is if you guys can let me know what you think down in the comments. Was this boss really hard? Because he definitely isn't now. And what are your thoughts in future game? Do the bosses get a lot harder than this? Can I expect some more challenges moving forward? Do you guys think this was a good move? Do you think it was a mistake? Let me know in the comments. Feel free to stop by my stream, say hi. We could talk about it there. I just genuinely want to know. But I want to take this time to thank you for watching the video. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.